Hello students, today I am going to start the second part of the chapter Ranga's marriage by Master Venkatesha, and it is for class 11th, okay, so don't get confused. Class 12th is having another chapter like this, but that is different. So in the previous part we have studied that the narrator, that is Shama, in the story, he gives the description of his village Haisali. Then he also tells a story about the accountant's son Ranga, who has returned from Bangalore after studying English, and how all the people get collected in front of Ranga's house just to see whether Ranga has changed or not. But when they saw that Ranga has not changed at all, the boy is the same as he has been earlier. Then Ranga greets very nicely to the narrator, that is Shama, and after that Shama just wants to know about Ranga's feelings about marriage and all. Then his opinion about marriage was that he just wanted to marry a girl who was quite mature, okay, and he just do not want to marry any other girl whom he may not admire, and he had just decided to remain bachelor unless he do not find the right girl. The next point we'll start with: Shama resolves to get Ranga married. Who is Shama? The narrator. Actually, the narrator, he was concerned that the boy who would make a good husband had decided to remain a bachelor, but the narrator made up his mind to get him married, get Ranga married. So how did he plan actually? Rama Rao's niece, the name of that girl was Ratna. She had come to stay with him, with Rama Rao's. She was from a big town, so she knew how to play the veena and the harmonium. She also had a sweet and melodious voice. Her parents had died, and that's why her uncle, that is Rama Rao, had brought her home. And the narrator felt that this girl, that is Ratna, would be a suitable match for Ranga, okay, or a suitable bride for Ranga. So then he starts plotting something. Now what does he plot? We'll study in the next point. That is, next point is Shama plans a meeting. Now whose meeting he is planning? Ranga and Ratna. The narrator came up with a plan. He asked Rama Rao's wife to send Ratna to his house to fetch buttermilk. And when the girl came there to Shama's house, he just asked her to sing. And while she was singing, he sent for Ranga. When Ranga came, at that time, Ratna was still singing. She was having a very sweet voice. When Ranga approached there, after hearing the voice of Ratna, he just stood outside the house and started peeping inside, just to see the face of the girl who was singing. Now, as soon as Ratna saw that a stranger was outside, she ran inside, okay, just because of shyness. She was overcome with shyness. At that time, what happened? Ranga came in and she ran inside. Okay, just she stopped her singing abruptly and ran inside. The next point is Shama plots with Shastri. So when Ranga saw the girl, okay, there is Ratna, curiously Ranga inquired about that girl, and the narrator cleverly played at his words. He told Ranga that the girl was married a year ago, and then he noticed that there was disappointment that was flaring on Ranga's face. The narrator was happy that his plan was working, that he has planned a meeting of Ranga and Ratna, and that plan was working. The boy was has fell in love with that girl. As next step, he took Ranga the next day to an astrologer, the village astrologer, that was Shastri, who he had already tutored what to say. The narrator pretended to read the natal chart of Rangappa and declared that the boy was in love with a girl who had a name of something that is found in the ocean. Shama said it could be Ratana. Then there was smile on Ranga's face. Okay, because anyhow he was also in love with it, means he has developed a liking for that girl. But the problem was the girl was married. Now the next point, the concluding point, that is Ranga marries Ratna. Now after that the narrator took the boy, that is Ranga, to Ramarao's house and asked her to wait outside. When he came outside, he confirmed that the girl was not married, and it was just a bit of confusion that he had got this news, and he had told that she was married. Even Ranga admitted that he had been attracted to that girl. Means after all the plot has been successful. So after this the story moves forward 10 years. Okay, means the present time when the narrator was narrating. Ranga had come to the narrator's house to invite him for the celebration of his son's birthday, that is third birthday. Obviously Ranga and Ratna might have got married, and now their 3 years old son, whom Ranga had named after the narrator, that is Shama, means the name of that boy. Ranga and Ratna's son was also Shama, and that name they had taken from the narrator who had helped them in getting married. So this is how the narrator was successful in getting Ranga and Ratna married, and this is your Ranga's marriage.